Hey, what's up YouTube? Back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a video about me and my father. The last ride that me and him had together. It was on a motorcycle here in Stockton. So I'm going to show you guys where we got into the accident and explain a little more once I get out the car. So I'll see you guys when we get out the car. Alright, I'm going to show you guys where me and my father, we got into the motorcycle accident. And I'm going to show you guys where the brakes got locked up and we did a big old skid, and where we flew off the motorcycle. And I'll show you guys where we actually stopped at. I'll show you right now. So right here in this intersection right here, we were coming, doing about probably, I say 45 miles an hour. And we were coming in the left lane right here. And down there, I'll show you guys where a family, a mother, a father, and I think they had maybe 2 or 3 kids. They were very young. Like, you know when you're taught when you're a kid to never cross the street without holding your mother or father's hand? Well, they forgot one of the kids, and the kid ended up staying on the sidewalk waiting for the mother or father to, walk them across the street. So they ended up walking back. Within that time, it just happened so fast. But like I said, the speed that we were doing was about probably like 45 miles an hour down this street, Carolyn Weston. And, my dad, he wasn't very experienced on a motorcycle. We actually just came back that day from a motorcycle run. He was going to drop me off, and, he was going to go out and do some more bike riding, with some friends. They all had Harley Davidsons. So, he wanted to go out and have fun. So I'll show you, where the bike ended up locking up, and it did a long skid, and then I'll show you guys where we ended up falling off the bike. So as you could tell from there all the way down there, there's now what I think it's 14 or 15 years later, they finally put a crosswalk, because there was a couple accidents that also occurred after my father's accident. So, there's been a couple accidents here that people got hurt. So they finally decided to throw up the crosswalk. It's a little late, but I guess better late than never, right? So I would say probably somewhere right about here in the left lane. My dad was trying to slow down the motorcycle, and when he was slowing down the motorcycle, apparently the brakes, they ended up locking up, and it caused the bike, to fishtail. And then my dad's last words to me were just, hold on, mijo, hold on tight. And, he ended up taking more of the hit, because I just gripped on, him very tight as much as possible. And then the bike, it started, moving all like this. And then there was a pothole, I think, inside the ground. I don't know if you know anything about Harley Davidsons. They have these bars that kind of stick out. Well, that's what kind of helped us from not sliding, on the asphalt. So when we did ended up flipping, the handlebars actually jabbed into my dad's rib cage and ended up breaking, I think, some of his ribs. And then I ended up you know, getting thrown off the bike, I flew over my dad, and he was maybe like a few feet away from me. And this is where it all happened at, right here. So like we started skidding somewhere probably like right in here, skid all the way in this left lane, and then right here now where the crosswalk is at, this is where we ended up getting into the accident. And as you can tell, the crosswalk is now there. So the bike was somewhere right in here, then my dad, and then I was further over. It looks a lot different now with this crosswalk here. We actually used to have a sign right here, like a cross, that my grandmother would put up right after the accident. Would bring him flowers, balloons. It was somewhere in this area. But yeah, this is where it all happened right here. So this was the last ride with me and my dad. You know, we even went to the hospital. But yeah, so that's the story of the last ride that I had with my father before. It actually occurred when I was, I think I was 13 years old. I was 13 years old. And a few months before that, I actually just had lost my mom. Probably like anywhere from maybe 2.5, maybe 3 months before that. That's when I ended up losing my mom. But as you could tell, there's this trail right behind me. And it also goes to where that crosswalk is at now. So that's where the family was, you know, taking a little stroll. And they went that way. And, you know, the kid did what they were taught. You know, it just sucks that, you know, the brakes had to lock up and, you know, we got into an accident. But, you know, things happen. And, yeah. You know, so when we get back in the car, I'll talk a little bit more on that subject. So, see you guys when we head back. I'll see you when I turn back on the camera. All right, we're back in the car. All right, so I just wanted to kind of start over about the story, just in case if I left anything out. So as you've seen in the videos, where the road that I was talking about, we were in the left lane. You know, we got into the accident, and this happened, I think it was like sometime in May. It was like May 2nd or 3rd, because that Saturday, me and my dad actually had the Cinco de Mayo parade out here in Stockton. He actually worked for Vernon Transportation, and, you know, he was going to carry a float, which was a flatbed, you know, all decorated and everything for the Cinco de Mayo parade. And, you know, we didn't get to do it that year because we ended up getting into the accident. But, you know, that's basically what happened that day. You know, just we ended up skidding, you know, because of the brakes locked up. And, you know, it sucked that they did lock up, you know, and it also sucked that, you know, the mother and father, they didn't, you know, get their son or daughter's hand, you know, quick enough. So, you know, it's partially, you know, our fault and their fault at the same time, you know. Just because, you know, I mean, if you ever rode a motorcycle, you know that it's not easy to stop on a dime, you know, and just when the brakes ended up locking up, you know, just we thought we can control it, and it turned out to be something that we couldn't control. And, you know, like when we did flip off the motorcycle, you know, I ended up landing on my head,
And, you know, when I did wake up, I just automatically just got up. You know, I mean, there was people around, people that I went to school with, people that, you know, just knew us, you know, around like our neighborhood. And, you know, everybody gave a lot of love at the time, you know, made sure if we needed anything or someone to talk to, you know, we appreciated everyone in that time of need. And I just remember when I did stand up after being knocked out from the accident, because I went head first. This mark right here is actually where I ended up landing on my head. And, you know, I had road rash on my face. The face that you see now, that's not the face that I had, 14, 15 years ago. You know, I actually had to use scar cream and stuff. And, you know, I had road rash from my arms, my shoulders, my hands, you know. And I just remember I got up and I went over there to go find my dad. And, you know, I seen him, you know, laying on the ground with his eyes open, and blood was around him. And apparently, like how I said, you know, when we did fly off the bike, the handlebars, you know, obviously broke his ribs. So that was one injury. And then when we did get to the hospital and they ran tests on us, we ended up finding out that, you know, my dad ended up fracturing his skull, you know, and it caused him to go in a coma. And, you know, he was in a coma for a while, and I think it was, like Mother's Day, that's when he ended up passing away. I think he ended up having like a heart attack or something happened. I can't really remember. It's been so long. But, you know, that's pretty much it, you know, about the accident. That was mine and my dad's last time speaking. Our last ride. Pretty much our last everything. You know, and I'm just, you know, trying to be the man that he always wanted me to be, you know. And hopefully he's proud of me. You know, he's watching down on, you know, me and the family. And as well as the man up above, you know. Of course, the man up above is always number one, you know. But of course, you know, God has angels, you know, that help him out. And I believe that, you know, some of the family members that have passed away, you know, they're looking over the family and watching all over all of us and our time in need. So that's it about that story, you know, me. Or actually, no, I forgot something. So like how I said, like my accident, when I did get into it with my dad, my dad took more of a hit. Me, I walked away from the accident. I didn't end up in a coma. All I had was road rash and pain. You know, still till this day, you know, my back still hurts. But I'm still going strong, you know, and I'm doing it for my father, and, you know, I'm trying to be a better me and the man that he wanted me to be. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and there's many more videos to come. So please stay, you know, in the loop. Just hit that post notification bell, and that will let you know every time that I post a video. Thank you.